Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Get Rich 101. Oh no, this is welcome to Fiance Files. Welcome to Fiance Files
On Get Rich 101.
on Get Rich 101.
Yeah.
And here's his fiance. Wait a minute.
Tell them who you are.
I was trying to say welcome fee, but I said fiance instead.
Same thing. Thank you, fiance.
Thank you, fiance, being here.
And thank you, New Thought Media, for giving Sekou the opportunity to grow.
Ashe. And by the way, thank you to Reverend Briz for helping us out, because basically I had to go in through his account. It's a long story, but we are now fixed. So hopefully it'll stay like this for a while. Won't have to bother him for a bit.
Good job, Sekou Writes.
Yeah, so. So what shall we talk about? Oh, so before we get started, I wanted to point out that you said that somebody was trying to get in touch with me via my website.
Yes.
And so I went down the rabbit hole. It didn't used to be a rabbit hole, but now is a rabbit hole trying to find my website.
Okay.
And I was finding it, digging, and then I had to find the company who hosts my website, because it's no longer GoDaddy. I was like, oh, it's not GoDaddy.
Oh.
And then I had to find a different company.
It was something with a 1 in it.
Nah,
okay.
it was something else. But ultimately, I found it.
Oh, you back up. Okay.
Here we are. And here's my website's back up. I had to pay them some money. And here we go. So this is it. This is the thing. And then I realized this website is so old, right? Like I've got book Sekou on here, and I've got old stuff.
That's not old.
Yeah, it's old.
Hey, this is not old.
It's old.
This isn't. That's new.
It's old. Well, I feel that way about my old things I've done.
This is a new photo. And this is new contact information.
Yeah, but it should be the one that you just saw on the homepage. You know. Well, anyway.
Oh, don't get sassy. Don't get sassy with me, sir.
And then there was me speaking opening for Les Brown, but this was well before I had a stroke.
Right.
And then the shop, I've got mainly like I only got one book up here. Hack Your Pay Now.
Hack Your Pay Now.
Hack Your Pay Now. I don't have any of the books, so I gotta get
working on
it.
Yes.
I gotta get
and
working.
my website as well, because you're my webmaster.
Oh yeah. I gotta get back to practice.
Yes, and this will be good practice. I would love to keep you busy with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Your website just needs to be updated. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to add Scott share this tab instead, and let me see. And I want to put this guy in.
Who's this guy?
This is Mark Tilbury. I gotta get it on the right. Here we go. Can you please give me one of your houses? Right? Here's his response.
Dad, if you're really a millionaire, can you give me one of your houses?
No, I'll never just give you anything.
Seriously? So what are you going to do with your houses then?
I'm putting them in a trust.
And why would you do that?
Because if I name you as a beneficiary, you'll pay less inheritance tax, which keeps more wealth in the family.
All right, so I'm going to play it one more time because it was a little choppy. There we go.
Dad, if you're really a millionaire, can you give me one of your houses?
No, I'll never just give you anything.
Seriously? So what are you going to do with your houses then?
I'm putting them in a trust.
And why would you do that?
Because if I name you as a beneficiary, you'll pay less inheritance tax, which keeps more wealth in the family.
Okay, so that's what we got. And I wanted to point this out because I said that that Reverend Mel and I were the first people to talk about this. Right. So we talked about this extensively yesterday.
Yes.
But then I realized that no, I've actually sent something like this to Corby and Rush. And they also expressed knowingness about putting stuff in a trust. And I said, what? What are you talking about? And so
your friends they're not bringing you into the fold.
no, you got to talk to everybody about everything. That's the lesson. You need to talk to everybody about everything. And so I just wanted to show you guys that this is an interesting thing. So I wanted us to talk about it.
Okay.
And yeah, and let's talk about it. So did you know that you're supposed to put in a trust?
So
Hey, fiance.
Hey, Rev Melissa.
Sorry. Hey.
The question you're asking me, Fee, did I know that when you are a homeowner, you put your home in a trust versus leaving your home to your people?
Yes, exactly.
Like in your will.
Exactly.
No, and it's because I've never been a homeowner. So I think I can't speak for anyone else, but I've never owned a home, and I never thought that a trust was for me or something that I just didn't speak that language because no one ever left me a trust except for SAG. Screen actor.
that was a nice one.
It's nice to have a trust through Screen Actors Guild. But I think sometimes it's the language. It's the language that can intimidate us because if you don't have the thing that they're talking about, you feel like it doesn't apply to you versus me thinking, okay, well, one day when I am a homeowner, then who am I going to leave my home to when I transition? And so the other thing is I hadn't thought about owning a home until relocating to the East Coast. And because I don't have children either, and my niece was just a baby, it's just, I think conversations don't occur until life presents itself to you in a certain way where you're like, oh, now that I own a business, a brick and mortar, a home, I need to start thinking about things in a different way. I need to start soliciting, an attorney. So no.
So let me tell you, that had nothing to do with it. From my perspective, I have owned the condo in Brooklyn, and then I owned a apartment complex in Nashville.
A whole complex?
Yeah, the whole complex.
Oh, I picked the right one.
but I didn't know what to do with it, and I never had any conversations about what to do with it. Like I never had any conversations about a trust. All that time of ownership, I never had anything about a trust, and so that just goes to show you have to keep asking. You have to keep asking, and therefore get to the right route. Because
I think also, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I did, right?
Yeah.
I think also when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And so you weren't ready also, which is why you weren't asking the questions.
Maybe.
I think.
Maybe.
And here's what I think, because maybe this is a question that you want to present to your parents who are homeowners, who have multiple homes, who are planning, I'm sure, to leave their homes to you. So instead of doing it the traditional way, which is the way that most of us, I don't know if I can actually say most of us, is the way that I believed it happened, is that you left your home to someone in your will. But what this man is saying, no, I name you, my son, as the beneficiary.
Yeah.
of my home so that you pay less taxes. Because it's, you and Rev Melissa spoke about this yesterday.
Yeah.
It's all about creating ways to pay less tax on monies, property, whether it's a car, a business, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm behind the curve on so many.
You know, you feel the same way I feel, because imagine me having been in the real estate game and having not had this conversation. And so this like this interesting thing about asking for more information and being hungry, as Les Brown says, be hungry. Gotta be hungry for your next item of knowledge.
And curious. I think also to remain curious.
Yeah. Curious. Curious. Yeah. So what else was I gonna say? I just was thinking about something. What did you say? What did you say just now?
About being curious?
No.
Or
shoot.
We were talking about beneficiary. Instead of leaving your home to your loved one, you would name them as your beneficiary.
Oh yeah. So I was trying to figure out how this looks, because I keep on getting stuck with that. Like, how does it look? So suppose I perish and there's, I mean, Mel added some, but I guess I'm gonna have some lawyer
or executor of over your estate.
Yeah, so it has to be some kind of estate lawyer that has this process, so that if I pass away, there's still someone in their circle that can reach out to the people who's supposed to be reached out to, and then and inform them. And I was just trying to think of, like, what does that even look like, you know?
So because I do have some knowledge of that, dealing with my cousin's death. And she wanted to name me the executor of her estate, but unfortunately we ran out of time. So one of the things I would also say is, and this is one of those things where sometimes I don't know why people, and I don't want this to come off as judgment. I'm really curious as to why we don't spend the time to plan for death. We spend time planning for life.
Yeah.
You know, you get pregnant, the baby's coming, you have a baby shower. Well, how about a death shower? Because I don't know, and I've not read of anyone who has escaped death. It is the inevitable cycle of life. We are all going to go there. And so you will be the person to name your executor, Sekou, of your estate. You would be the person to name your executor of your estate.
Okay. I was just thinking about Weezy. Did she have something like this? Did she have
my cousin Rosetta or Louise?
Louise, your best friend who passed away.
Oh gosh. I mean, no, I have no idea, because we didn't have those conversations, because we weren't mature enough. And because she's a best friend and she had a mom and a sister, that's the conversation that they would have had together. So I have no idea. Okay.
So just to inform you guys, B's best friend, Louise, passed away from
cancer.
From cancer,
My best friend for life.
Yeah. Ashe. All right. So I guess I'm really trying to talk about this for a third time, because I want to get it in me. Because I realized after I talked to Rev Mel that I'd already sent it to Rush and Corby.
Okay.
And I'd already got it up in here, but I didn't get it locked in. So this time I'm trying to get it locked in.
And I think it requires several conversations. However, I really think the person to speak with, there are two. There are many, but two that I know that you have access to right now today, which is Darvell Williams, my insurance agent. He can help you understand it, overstand it. He can help you set it up. Also a financial person outside of our financial advisor, who is Chris Bygrave. So we met a lady last Saturday. Sekou and I went to Berkeley College
Oh,
for
yeah. Oh, yeah.
for a vision board workshop, which was.
And wait, oh, sorry. And shout out to me because I'm serious. Shout out to me because I stepped into it. Because I could have said, no. I don't want to speak. I'm just here to participate. I just want to watch. All those excuses jumped into my head.
I couldn't tell.
But I didn't. I said, yes, I will speak. And right then, and so I give myself that decision point was either or,
Yes.
and I felt like I wanted to go back. Like, oh no, just do you. But I stepped up anyway.
Well, let me break this down for you, because I was sharing with this group of women that I work with on Wednesdays in Brooklyn. The lady asked me how my weekend was and my week, and I said, and then I remembered. I was like, oh, it was amazing. Sekou and I attended this vision board workshop at Berkeley College. As soon as we walked in, the woman, we didn't know she was a facilitator. She gravitated towards Sekou. You could tell she recognized him. She came over and she hugged him and she said, I'm so inspired by your story.
I was like, wow.
I've been following you on social media. And then she said, she didn't say, will you? She said, I want you to speak today. I want you to share your story. I shared with one of the ladies, I said, and you know what? I said, Sekou was a speaker before his stroke. After his stroke, he's been speaking. He's had about 7 speaking gigs. I said, this was the first time where I said he was so fluid. He was in the flow. I said, and you know what? He could have easily said, I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
And I have a saying, which is proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And so if you stay prepared, then you're always willing and ready to step into whatever opportunity is presented to you. And you did that. And she said, did he use notes? She asked me that. I said, he didn't use his cell phone. He didn't use paper or script. He didn't pull anything up.
No.
Because you lived this. This is your story.
Yeah.
I said, and I said, because I've shared with this group that he experiences aphasia, because I decided we're not going to claim that. We're not going to say you have.
Yeah.
He experiences moments of aphasia.
Right.
But don't we all? Like on some level.
Right.
I said, this was the first time that he spoke so clearly and so confidently. And his voice sounded like the old Sekou, and his pace was on point. And the way that he was sitting on that stool was so sexy to me. I was like,
it's a funny thing because she commented on the way I was standing, but me, as I was walking up to the stage, I already saw that bar stool and how I was going to lean off to the right because my right side hurts me, and so I was like I'm going to lean off on the right hand side so I can be in comfort, and that's what it was. And it didn't occur to me. Fee keeps talking about this, but I didn't tell the audience that's why I'm standing this way. Like I thought about me keeping myself comfortable, but I didn't think about bringing the audience in with me. And
I don't even think you needed to, because you looked so comfortable and it looked natural. It didn't look like. But one of the things that I shared with Sekou is to let people know. If you're going to share your story, let people know that this is what I'm experiencing. Because oftentimes we'll make excuses as to why we can't or don't want to do a thing. Oh, because I have this condition, I have this ailment, I have this impediment. But you can still do it. You can still do it with the condition, with the impediment, with the pain. It's a choice. And he chooses to continue to do it and to continue to show up even though he's in pain. And when you look at him, no one can tell he's in pain. When people hear you, they can't tell that this man has gone through hell. And so sometimes, because you're on the other side of it, you get to take them on the journey. You get to share a little more of what the pain is because of the stroke, the right side. And it was just beautiful. And so many people appreciated his share. There's another opportunity for him to speak this in February.
Yeah, that came out about from this speaking engagement.
Yeah. So I think Sekou, someone like the woman we met, that was my point. We met a woman, she was on a panel with other people. And let me tell you, when she spoke, people started listening. Like we started putting our glue guns down and we were listening because she shared the importance of buying and believing that you can buy where you are. And she spoke Sekou's language, which is there are 3 things you want to do with your money. One was an emergency fund. So she's someone, Sekou, and she also spoke about executorship because her mom passed and her mom bought a house for $300. Into $3,000. I'm sorry.
But still, and this is Nelson wanting to be on the show with us.
Right. He's like, let me get up in here and say hi.
Hey, Nelson.
Say hi, sweet boy. You just well, yes. Yes. So someone like her can also guide you into getting an executor.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And life insurance.
So my plan is to have her on this show.
Yes.
Yeah. So Fee King is working on that and getting her on the show because I got so many questions. So do
I.
And she was the first woman in her family, I think, who stepped on the other side of the keeping it wealthy lifestyle.
Oh, I like that. Keeping it wealthy lifestyle. Keeping it wealthy lifestyle. KIWL. We keeping it wealthy.
Meanwhile, I was struggling for something to say, but I'm glad it worked out.
Hashtag.
All right.
Gotta remember that. Keeping it wealthy lifestyle. Keeping it wealthy lifestyle.
Okay.
And I'm gonna compose a song. We just keeping it wealthy lifestyle. We just keeping it wealthy lifestyle.
Anyway. So I don't know. That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. My that.
Well, I want to share something interesting that came up, and it's over there. Someone asked me. I get asked this question a lot, which is, how did you know Sekou was the one? Well,
I'm just laughing at all the interims we've gone through, all the different things we've gone through over the years. Like, oh my goodness.
My first response is I didn't.
Yeah.
Like,
neither one of us.
Yeah. No, you knew I was the one.
You're gonna put me on Front Street.
It's because you knew. Like, come on, the streets were talking. They were telling me things. So I didn't know for a long time. Because Sekou and I met 21 years ago at a film festival. We were friends.
African American Film Festival.
Yes, we liked one another. As friends, he would come to LA, hang out with Corby, and invite me. And that's how I met Corby. And I became really good friends with Corby.
Yeah.
Like really good friends. And I brought Louise, who was my best friend, still my best friend at the time. And she and Corby became really good friends. So it was like this family of friends. And I realized Sekou has been around for most of my major life occurrences. Even if he didn't know exactly what was going on, he'd reach out, I'd reach out. And it wasn't until COVID, WhatsApp group. We joined a gratitude WhatsApp group, me, Corby, and Sekou. And that was the first time I thought, I didn't know any of these things about Sekou. Like, I got to see that you were like a real person. And Rev Melissa's always shocked when I say this because I always saw Sekou as the Black version of George Clooney. He was George Clooney. He was going to be the consummate single man. That's just how I saw him because I was looking at him from a distance. And one of the things that happened was I learned, even though I knew Sekou was a writer and a journalist, I didn't know that he really loved books and reading and knowledge. And for me, I was just like, it was like I was a puppy and my ears perked up. And yesterday I was looking for my book, The Boxcar Children. Sekou has this beautiful bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this little book titled The Science of Getting Rich.
Mm-hmm.
I pulled it out, and I have a book titled The Science of Getting Rich.
Mm-hmm.
Sekou has a podcast based on
mm-hmm.
The Science of Getting Rich.
Mm-hmm.
And I put the books up side by side. I said, this is how you know that I'm your plus one and you're my plus one. I said, because we have the same books in different formats.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been on the same journey in different ways. And because of being on the same journey in different ways is how we were able to come together.
Mm.
And there were other things, but for me, it was mainly that he was hungry for knowledge. And I love that Sekou is a sharer and a connector.
Mm.
He loves to share, and he loves to connect with people and connect people to one another.
Mm.
And then lastly, and I remember my mom saying this when I was a kid, and when you're a kid, you're not able to process and digest certain things because you're not there yet. And so as a kid, I didn't really understand the importance of finding a man who loves his mother. And I remember my mom saying that a lot. And I was like, but I don't even like men. Like, I'm 8. What are you talking about? And now I get it. And this man loves his mother. And that is so important because there's a level of respect a man has for women in general, but especially when they love their own mother. I don't know, but men that I met that really love their mother and their sisters and their friends, like Rev Melissa's like a sister to Sekou.
Mm-hmm.
They're a keeper. You're a keeper, Sekou Writes.
Yeah, and to me, there's no other way to be with your family, with your family, with your folks, your mom. Yeah. I don't know what other way there is to be.
That's a great thing. Just keep being that way.
Yeah.
Keep being that way because there's no other way to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. That's great, PK. I just heard the whole story for the first time myself, y'all. Listening to her tell the story. That's nice.
Oh.
That's nice. Yeah. I feel like we should end right there.
Okay.
End right there.
Well.
So thank you. Where's my little thing? Now is better than perfect. Now than perfect. Ashe,
amen and ashe.
And we'll see you
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. All right. Later.